All right, I'm out with my buddy here, John Hogan from Hogan Pest Control, and he was gracious enough to let me come out and test out his brand new GEHL skid steer. He does all of our work. He does the termite work. He did it at the new house and our Kentucky rehab. So if you're anywhere within, what, about an hour and a half or so, John?
Yeah, we pretty well run from Effingham down river to river. And
you work across into Kentucky a little or no?
Some, yeah.
Okay. I'll put his info up there if anybody down in this area is looking for good pest control, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is a 2019, right?
Yeah, it's an RT215.
Okay. Give me a quick rundown of why you like this baby.
Well, the ideal track system, you don't have to adjust like you do on the other machines where you got to grease your tracks and all that.
Okay.
And it's supposed to make the system last like 15% longer than any other machine on market.
Okay.
And everything. And it comes with a lot of extra equipment and stuff that you don't have to pay extra for, standard. The air ride seat, stuff like that.
Okay.
I think the new model comes standard with the backup camera. This particular unit don't have it on it, but it's one of them things you can add on.
Okay.
You know, and it's got the quick attach loader. And this is a standard flow machine. Also, you can get it in a high flow. Easy access.
And you said you like the door. Is that an option, or do they all come overhead?
That's standard on all of them now.
Okay.
Or you can open it back up and work with the machine. A lot of your machines like your Cat and your Bobcat, you can't work with the door open.
Yeah, they're sideways.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, when you get in these machines, I've got an attachment that I can hook trailers to and stuff, and I need to get in and out of the machine, and it's just high enough. If I had the other type door, couldn't do it.
Right.
Like, you couldn't get out of the machine.
Okay.
You'd be there. So it works good for that. Your oil, or your fuel, your oil, and you got the water drain on the bottom. This is your main hydraulic filter.
Yeah, it is pretty easy to access.
Yeah, easy access. This is actually a battery compartment. I think it may be locked. But the battery's on this side. Your hydraulic fill is on this side. And this compartment here is completely empty. You can store like chains or clevises or any tools you need.
Now that self-adjusting track system, can you show us how that thing works?
Sure. You can see the track's tight now. It's nice and stiff.
I've been watching some videos on these, and this is one thing that's really slick, this track system. By the way, he's got the wide track, 17.5 inch or give or take. So when you're done working, you shut it off and releases tension.
Yeah, every time you shut the machine off, it will release the tension, and that way you've got no pressure on your rollers or bearings or any of that stuff. Okay. And your track, it's not sitting there stretching it all the time. Now you got all your slack.
All right.
Flip that switch.
Nice. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm testing this thing at full speed with full throttle wide open, just to get a feel for how smooth it rides, you know, with the bumps and stuff. So I'm going to run it down the driveway here, and he's got a pretty long driveway. And I'm going to close the front hatch here in just a second so you could hear the difference on the sound levels.
Just want to get a feel for the ride, you know, full blast. One of the big things that I'm looking at is creature comfort and the cab noise. I know between the tractor and my excavator, it's pretty loud. Parking brake, where's that at?
Right here. You put these down, and those are adjustable, so if this don't fit you good, see this here?
Uh-huh.
This, you can go forwards and backwards.
Okay.
Like lock cat. Now the seat, do you feel like you got plenty? Looks like you could use some
I could
more.
probably use a little more.
That should be up, I think. Does it feel like it's going up?
Yeah, that's good there. I'll give her a whirl.
Okay. Yep, and then you flip these down.
Yep.
Parking brake, you'd be live, and then just rev your machine up here.
Okay. And I know the cat has quieted down, so I know the cat has Bluetooth, which I'm interested in also, and you know the cat has an air ride seat the same as this. Bobcat has an air ride seat. Thing that I do like about the CAD is that you can actually adjust your sensitivity of your hydraulics. So they got a creep gear, you can do like a 1 to 20, and like for first and second gear you could increase the sensitivity. So I'm interested in that as well. My toes are hitting the front. That's definitely, for me, is a little bit of a challenge there. As far as the ride, I mean, it's like a Cadillac. I mean, this is much smoother than the tractor or the excavator. I mean, it's really nice and smooth. Of course, I'm not on rough ground. I'll see if I can get on some rough ground here maybe. I'm just going on some rougher ground here just to get a feel for the tracks and the suspension. So this is a lot more rougher stuff over here. You know, some ruts, some potholes.
Okay, so overall my assessment of this machine is it's a good value machine, there's no doubt, for the pricing. You can get one of these here in a 74 horse like this one for, you know, in the lower 50s. but it is quite loud, and hopefully my expectations aren't too high for the cat. I'm getting a cat dropped off tomorrow with several implements that I get to test for quite a few days. So I think the cat was a little bit loud in here, and on the rough ground it was a little bit bumpy. Nothing that I couldn't handle though, you know, with my back and whatnot. It's not quite as bad as the tractor would be, that's for sure. And at least comparing to the cat and the Bobcat, the technology, this one is a lot more basic, which less to brake, but like the cat, you know, there's the creep gear where you can adjust it from 1 to 20. You can adjust your speed settings and your sensitivity on both levers, so you know it's computerized, so you can adjust it to be more responsive faster or less responsive, you know, to give you a little bit more cushion room. The rear view camera is built right in with a bigger screen. And well, you'll see when I get the cat on what options I'd be looking at that are just you know, more advanced, definitely. But this is definitely a good machine, and I appreciate John letting me give it a try. So definitely stay tuned and see what happens. I'll be having a cat 259 D3 here for the next few days, if so, or maybe more, I don't know. But I know I'm going to get a brush cutter and maybe more attachments to try out, so definitely stay tuned. So thanks a lot.